Next on $1 Million Contractor.
I'm gonna want that Nate Berkus hug.
He wants the hug.
I'm helping celebrity designer Nate Berkus create the apartment of his dreams.
This is gonna really look amazing.
The only problem is,
Whoa.
I've got just 4 weeks to complete the job before Nate moves in.
Just like Legos.
It's a little more complicated than Legos.
And out in Long Island, I have a client who needs her study redesigned.
It has to be indestructible.
My job is to stay cool, calm, and collected.
Fit, please fit.
And make both clients very happy. Welcome to New York, home to some of the most exclusive property in the world. When high-end homeowners need renovations, they call me. I'm working in apartments that are worth $10, $15, $20 million.
We're very happy.
My father opened shop as a cabinet maker in the 70s. He trained me to become a master craftsman since the age of 12. And I love you more than anything in this world. Since then, I've transformed his business into New York City's premier contracting company.
Guys, let's do it. Rock and roll.
These are $1 million projects.
I want it to be perfect.
But we run into challenges just like any other renovation.
This is going to be a total freaking nightmare disaster.
Luckily, I've got the best team around.
You're the man.
There's my shop architect, Jonathan.
I hope this thing works. I hope it works.
Frank, he keeps my projects on time and on budget.
That's why I get paid the big bucks.
And me, I'm Steve Fanuca, the boss. Now let's get to work. I'm meeting with interior designer and talk show host Nate Berkus. He bought his first home in New York City, and he's asked me to be in charge of the renovation. I'll be renovating 2 of Nate's rooms, a fabulous walk-in closet and a stunning library, which he'll use for business and entertaining.
All right,
Dude, I'm psyched. Place looks great. How you feeling?
This is going to be, I really believe, my favorite room in my entire house. You know why? My whole issue with being half in Chicago and half in New York for the last 10 years has been my books aren't with me.
Really?
Yeah. My definition of home is that all my books are in the same spot.
That's cool.
To accommodate all of Nate's books, we're building him floor-to-ceiling bookcases. And since he's an interior designer, he has some really great ideas for the room. He's got grass cloth going on the walls, and he's got custom steel doors complementing my bookcases.
Nate's a true professional. Nate knows how he wants it, when he wants it, and he knows how it's done.
All right. Welcome to the closet.
This is cool.
Used to be a home gym for the people who lived here before. So this is the whole layout of everything. These are all for shoes.
That's cool. Shoes here, shoes here.
He's so organized. Before I even started, he had all the blueprints on the walls, detailing everything from the cabinets to the color.
Is this going to be built completely off-site and then brought
Off-site, and then it's going to be assembled here.
Okay.
So the other thing
like
is,
Legos.
it's a little more complicated than Legos, only because the height. It's 14 feet tall.
Right. As crazy as Steven is, as hyper as he is, you got to pick somebody that makes you feel calm when you're standing in this.
We have 4 more weeks, so I'm going to focus on getting my stuff done, because at the end, I'm going to want that Nate Berkus hug.
Who wants the hug?
This is the Berkus job over here. We are constructing Nate Berkus' dressing room. All these cabinets are for Berkus. What we're making right now are the shoe cabinets, which are right here, shoe cabinets. This larger space on the bottom is usually for boots, and then these are for his shoes. So you can fit 4 shoes in each one. These cabinets, because they're so tall, I can't get them into the apartment. So if you notice the hundreds of screws that you see here, which is going to be a nightmare for the installers. Once all this gets built, it's going to be taken all apart so they can get into the apartment. You can make all these beautiful cabinets, but if they don't fit in the apartment, then, you know, what's the point?
I
got a call this morning about another job. Even though I'm busy on the Nate Berkus project, I think I can take this one on. The client's a personal friend, so I'm on my way to her house to check out exactly what she needs. Hello! How are you? Mwah.
Good to see you.
Hello there.
This is a very large house, and they've utilized pretty much every room in the house, except for one. I am excited because you've given me a challenge. This is a small room, and from what you told me, you want to incorporate a desk, workstation, TV station.
I love to have this family room just be a place for the kids to hang out, for me to hang out, to be comfortable when we are working, because they do have a lot of homework and a lot of studying.
All right, Jonathan, Mary Beth would like 3 stations.
I know it would be nice for me to be in the center.
You should be flanked with kids on either side, because they're going to fight for one side.
Here's what we're gonna do. We'll make 3 desks with the largest desk for Mom being in the center. We'll include floor-to-ceiling shelving and cabinets with under-cabinet task lighting. Then, we can make a toy box seating area for any child who might want to hang out while the others are doing their homework.
It has to be indestructible.
She's got 5 kids. You want to make something that's durable.
I am so looking forward to seeing it coming together. I've been waiting almost 4 years, so I can't wait.
Right? High five.
Say thanks, Steve.
High five. No high five.
Coming up, voila! I'm going all out to make the Berkus deadline. And my team is making a heroic effort to keep up.
All right, you ready? Fit, please fit.
I'm on my way to A&S Window Associates in Brooklyn. They're making some massive 12-foot steel doors for Nate Berkus.
Alan, my main man.
Hey, Steve, how are you? Good to see you.
Your steel doors are what's gonna make or break Nate's brand new home, permanent residence in New York City. Do you feel the pressure?
A little bit, yes.
These guys are master artisans. They create everything by hand.
This is the door.
So this is one of the doors
That's
right now.
one of the doors. We have not attempted any of the hardware yet.
I can't get over how heavy this is. The door is massive. It's 3 feet wide, 9 feet tall, weighs about 300 pounds without any glass. My men are not going to be happy about this.
There's no store in the country that'll carry these. You have to make these doors custom. Nate's doors are going to run us about $4,000 a door. They're going to be really cool.
Starts out with 20-foot lengths of steel in our storage area, and everything is cut and made to size. Everything.
There's only 2 ways to join metal together. It's either fasteners or welding.
So this is Nate's final door frame that's being fabricated right now. And they told me if I behave and I don't break anything, they'll let me do some welding. I got it.
Arc welding is when you're using an electric current to create the heat required to join 2 metal surfaces.
I think I did a nice job.
Put a little bit more welded from the top to the bottom.
Yes, sir.
When you weld 2 pieces of metal together, you're actually welding it for life. It will never come apart, guaranteed. These welds will be sanded smooth before the paint's applied, leaving a nice smooth finish.
I'm loving the doors. I think the doors are great. I think Alan did a fantastic job.
When people weld for too long, the fumes, do you see what's happening?
I'm okay. Alan?
No, thanks again, guys.
You're the man, man.
Appreciate it.
We're making Nate Berkus's walk-in closet system, but because it's so enormous, we have to put it together in the shop to make sure everything fits. We really got to get this thing all constructed so I could take some real physical measurements and then double-check them on site. And then there's going to be a little jigsaw puzzle action going on. We're going to put this thing back together. Everything is going to fit and everything's going to be beautiful.
Today we finally got the cabinets at Nate's dressing room. It's going upstairs. Unfortunately, there's no elevator in the building. My guys have to carry them 4 flights of stairs. That alone is going to take 4 guys approximately a half a day. We have to open up the wall, get the cabinets through the wall so we can fit them into the room, close up the wall, then start putting the dressing room together. Now your work is cut out for you. Now it's up to you to make me look good. Get the dressing room put together. Seems like I'm building cabinets for everybody these days. But right now, I need to move forward and concentrate my efforts on building the shelving system and the desk for Mary Beth. When you're doing wall units, there's always one cabinet attached to another cabinet. Now, the last thing you want to see on a beautiful piece is a seam that you know when it gets painted is going to crack. So what we apply to these cabinets is a fascia board. I'm going to take these vertical pieces of wood and I'm going to style them my way. I'm going to create what we call a flute. What I'm shading in right now is going to be the grooves that I'm going to detail with the router into the wood. This is going to really look amazing. Mary Beth has got a really traditional home, very fancy, very old school, and I want to bring old school back into that family room. Now I'm just going to literally flip it around and do the same thing again on this side. Voila. The key is look at the proportion. 1/4 inch, 3/8, 3/8. This is all thought out. Nate wants to move in a matter of weeks, so I have to kick it into high gear. I've got fireplace people installing Nate's antique fireplace. I've got painters painting the bookcases in the library. I have a lot to do and not a whole lot of time to do it. Steel, steel, and more steel. Ultra cool steel doors have arrived. Okay. All right, ready? Let's do it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Fit, please fit. All right, we're in. Okay, now that we have it level and square, we want to make sure that this is plumb. All right, that's good. Now we're ready to put the door up for good. So excited. I feel like I'm one step closer to getting this job done. Gorgeous, if I have to say so myself. Today's the big day. Cabinets are primed. We are ready to install. Everything has been disassembled. Okay. So we're going to bring the boxes in. We're going to put the doors on. We're going to put the hinges on the doors. It's going to take about a week. Looks great. Starting to really come together. Right now, we're just dry fitting, make sure it's going to fit. I'm going to have some spacing here. This is where fillers come into play. We're going to take our piece of wood, and now I'm going to take my scriber, which you may call a compass. The way the wall goes, I'm going to make a line. What's going to happen is every little bump or anything that's not perfect on the wall is going to come out onto my piece of wood, so it fits like a jigsaw puzzle. Basically, there's my line. It's gonna fit like a glove. Look at that. Look how nice and tight that is. Can't even get a nail in there. Nothing. That's the best way if you want to get a built-in unit. Nice and tight. Coming up, I've got a lot to do. We are racing to finish Nate Berkus' dream home.
Hopefully there's no problems. Please.
I'm back at Nate Berkus' place. Nate wants to move in a few days, and I still have a lot to do. I've got men upstairs working in the walk-in dressing room. I've got men downstairs installing glass on the steel doors. A lot to do, and no time left.
Hopefully there's no problems. Please.
I'm out here at Long Island. It's done, it's styled, and I'm ready to check it out for the first time when it's completely finished.
How are you? Great to see you. Great seeing you.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Oh, this looks fabulous.
Mary Beth really wanted a traditional space, yet something that was updated for their young family, 5 kids and a dog.
You said I need a little storage.
Exactly.
I need 3 stations, me being the center attraction at the main desk. And then what we really went outside the box on was this bench. Not only is this seat comfortable, gorgeous, it's also functional. We put storage inside it. A lot of people think that you go dark, it brings the room in. It's not the case. If you style it right, you can do anything, and we've actually succeeded.
Yep.
The cabinets are chock full of details. The fluting, so it's not only beautiful, you're using it.
Oh, it's everyone's favorite now.
You know what? Perfect example. Look at Olivia. Olivia's got her feet up on the cabinet, and it's perfectly fine. It's super friendly, and it was meant to be used.
I would definitely work with Mr. Finucane again. I actually have a project in the back of my mind.
I'm actually thrilled with the room. It came out exactly the way we envisioned it. So now I gotta get to Nate's and check out his place, so I'll let you enjoy the room. High five. High five. Kiss.
Bye.
Mwah. Coming up,
I'm going all out to finish Nate Berkus' dream home.
voila.
On time, on budget.
We're in the last stages of the library. We've got the millwork painted. Now it's time to get the grass cloth wall covering on the walls. I've got a piece of a sample here. As you can see, it's paperback, because if you didn't have a paper backing on it, the glue would seep right through the paper. So the glue will be applied to the paper and then the paper to the wall. This is going to be really cool in the room. Then, voila. And all this is going to get trimmed later. This is not an easy material to install. Grass cloth, you usually see the seam. It's the nature of the beast. Well, Nate's job is done. He's moved in on time. And what's great, we did a 3-month project in 5 weeks. Now it's time for me to see what a world-class designer can do using my work as a catalyst. You have done it. This room looks so amazing.
Thanks. I use this room exactly how I thought I would use it, and I have to thank you.
Look at this. Everything you look at is just awesome. You've transformed it.
This is exactly what I had in my mind's eye from the moment I walked into this place. This is it. This is what I wanted. I don't think a home comes alive without books. Living with these is really what I'm all about, and you created the showcase for them.
You knew what you wanted, and you hit a home run.
I'm dying to show you the closet.
I'm psyched to see it. Let's go.
All right.
Wow.
Every single morning, I walk in and I think to myself, this is a great way to live. I'm just so happy with how it turned out. It's just a fantasy come true. In all my years of being a decorator, I have never, ever seen the quality like this, and I can't believe that it's mine.
Nate, I know you got to go tape the show.
Yeah.
You got busy, man.
Thank you, though.
No, thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, man. I love you.
Thanks a lot.
Always going to be a friend of mine.
Appreciate it.
When you're doing a friend's place, the last thing you want is mess up. It's very easy to break a relationship over doing a job for somebody.
This is truly my innermost thought come to life.
This was Nate's dream, and I wanted to make sure I gave him exactly what he envisioned.